look at this. Just in before the ball comes. So he had it covered. He had that slide of the bat, extending the arms, making sure. Ramon has to check. Good delivery. He was shaping. Got a big back lift. Then had to check it.
Well, Shanaka is a T20 specialist. He's reading the mind of the batters quite nicely. Took the pace off by widening the grip on the ball. Pervez Hassan needs to steady on. He has to change the gear now. He has been batting quite positively, but I think this is the time he needs to be careful.
Well, Liton Kumar holds the record for the fastest in 2050. That was versus Ireland for Bangladesh, and that was done in only 18 deliveries. So we'd like to get that form and that flourish and the pace of the innings back in this one, because the two openers have done the job of giving them the start they wanted, and now it's up to him, the skipper, to continue in the same way.
Just looking to get the middle of the pitch. He wants to entertain this capacity crowd here. And has he? No. Very close to the bat.
Well, he's been positive, but what he did was just go down the wrong line. Very, very fortunate. That was not too far away. Straight on the wicket, in range, but just that left foot and the balance on the onside, and the ball holding its line on the offside. Cleverly bowled. I think the bowler saw him coming and just ensured that it was out of reach. Nice little tussle going on. Just the 2 runs in this over. Hardy waiting down the leg side, a polite inquiry. A leg by signalled off the last ball of the 7th over. 57 for 1. Inviting the opposition to bat, and Bangladesh have got off to a blistering start here. Jam-packed stadium here at Pallakalle. Van der Sey comes in, out and over. They have enjoyed what has transpired. It's a nice evening, very pleasant conditions, as Jeffrey with 7 wickets in his 15th match comes in.
A very important passage of the play, this one, for both the sides. If Van der Sey starts to bowl well, there'll be problems for Bangladesh, because he's got the talent, he's got the ability, got that guile, and his repertoire is packed with plenty of varieties. So is the stadium. Chock-a-block.
Tries to drag it. The ball just angling away, basically, not doing too much. It's just out of reach. There's a little bit of frustration creeping in, because that brilliant start held its line.
Now that has been the pain of Bangladeshi cricket team. They play excellent cricket in patches, but if you want positive results, you need to play well consistently. And Pervez Hassan has to realize that his captain is not comfortable out there in the middle. He has to take things in his hands. Try and play sensible, take the pressure off from Liton.
Sri Lanka have done well, because the manner in which Bangladesh started going at a blistering pace. They've just pulled it back in the last couple of overs. Wait, right through him. Right through everybody. What a delivery that was. Couldn't read it at all.
That's where Van der Sar makes huge difference. When this guy is googly, wrong on from him. Oh, and that. Missed the stumps by a whisker.
Great escape for Liton Das. That was deserved. They've taken wicket. Super delivery. And it goes across to the offside. Tries to drag it forward a square. And goes for the second run. Running was decent enough and make two quite comfortable in there.
He's a rocket, isn't he? Parvez Hassan-e-Born. He's a very good judge of runs. He scurries between those 22 yards.
Yeah, those 4 wide runs really made the difference to this over. Already an 8-run over. And now, that's close, and that's been given. Going across the line, Liton Kumar Das. Is he pondering a review? If he felt there was a touch, he'd have gone for the review. I think he has.
The umpire to director, you have a clear review for
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
just coming up, you're rolling it. Fully past the bat and the gloves. Yeah. You're rolling it up to the pad. The flat line and the ball passes the bat and gloves. Confirm no bat involved. Ball tracking minutes ready. Ball tracking coming up. Release addition is out. Getting outside off. Impact umpire's call. Wicket sitting. Give me the on-field umpire, please. Ravi, you can stay with the original decision of out. I will let you know when you're on screen. Then by you're on screen now, you can make a signal.
Well, that's what he does, Van der Sar. He's a wicket-taking option. In his first over, he has removed the captain. And that is the peril. If as a batsman you don't read the wrong guns, you're always in danger. Timely wickets. For Sri Lanka, they're making a comeback. Bangladesh, 65 for 2.
Pleased with those 2 wickets in a matter of 20 runs, 46 and 65. Van der Sar, it's the circumstances that have really kept him out of the side, getting a wicket in his very first over. The captain Liton, good decision by umpire Ravindra Vimalsiri. Eventually, it turned out to be an umpire's call. And how unfortunate is Van der Sar? Holds his wicket. It's just that Sri Lanka looks to balance the side, and therefore, with Wanindu Hasaranga preferred, struggles to get in that. But every time he's given an opportunity, he doesn't disappoint. Right? Dixon at the far end.
Just one of those unfortunate players, I guess. Every time, as you said, every given opportunity, grabbed it both hands. And Liton Das, the option he took against the leg spinner trying to sweep probably was caused because of the short amount to the red side. It's only a 71-yard hit compared to the other ends. But that's what Van der Sar do. Holds it quick and spits and fires it.
Sri Lanka's plan, obviously, is wickets at this stage because Bangladesh has got off to a very good start. They were going at 9 runs in a row at one stage. Now it's been brought under 8. So wickets can certainly slow things down.
Putting on the break, Sri Lanka, 14 deliveries, 12 runs, 1 wicket. That's what the spinners do really well, isn't it? Even Dasun Chanak was over. I thought Roshan was excellent. Just a couple of runs just to break the momentum. And had to be tough preventers to be targeted. This is excellent stuff by Sri Lanka. The first 6 overs quite expensive as you expect with the new ball. This time to back at the Palakeli Stadium. But since the power play, Sri Lanka pulling things back. Last boundary, 20 deliveries before. Nimon, knowing him, he will definitely target the boundary.
Goes high. This should be taken at long off. It was the bottom hand and a very good catch, I'll tell you. That was an excellent catch. Had to wait, settled underneath it, and this crowd is going wild. But it's another important wicket for Sri Lanka.
That went to the moon. Bottom hand came off the bat of Imon. Got the elevation, not the distance. Dasun Chanak, safe as houses. You cannot keep him off this game. Making comeback. Brilliant first over. And a good catch. Gives Mahesh Theekshana his first wicket in this game. Expensive in the first over. He gets a big breakthrough of the settled batter of Parvez Hossain Imon, who's gone for 38. 67 for 3 Bangladesh.
David Ridoy is a new batter for Bangladesh. They've lost wickets a little bit too uncomfortably close to each other. That's a good strike rate. Closing in on 130. Average close to 30. But it's a restart for the innings because Naeem has faced 2 deliveries and 1. Ridoy just about to face his first delivery. Slip in. Sri Lanka has a tremendous opportunity to look to attack. Create pressure from both ends.
Look to attack and do this. Pick up wickets. From the slowness of the pitch. That's why the bottom man came out. An excellent catch. Almost misreading it initially, Dasun. Make sure those bucket-like hands comes in handy. Excellent stuff for Sri Lanka. This is where I think best time for Sri Lanka to squeeze in some dot deliveries. Following the batter by Theekshana. Saw it early, 9 shade, giving himself room. There's excellent stuff. That's the slower, comes to an end, 69 to 3.
I can tell you that Sri Lanka has looked to strangle Bangladesh. The last 30 balls, 31 runs and 3 wickets. Not a boundary for 23 deliveries and a massive crowd. It's a sellout crowd at Palekele. Van der Sar continues. He swept off his leg stump, a low full toss.
Now, since the power play, 3.1 over, 16 for 2, Sri Lanka definitely pulling things back. And there's not a single ticket available. They are everywhere. Alakele usually does not disappoint when it comes to crowd, as well as in double, and we'll look forward to double as and Colombo and more people walking in. Great news. The atmosphere is electric. The home side is doing well at the moment.
I believe the capacity here is about 35,000 and it's almost full. He gives himself a bit of room that time. Only a single, good flirt in the deep. Must tell you, Mahat, that the Sri Lankan fielding, there have been the odd misfield, but by and large, it's been very sharp and very good. Taken some outstanding catches in the one-day series, and they need to be at their best even in the T20s, and they look good.
The fielding is all about attitude and body language and energy. That's, I think, whoever does that around the world in fielding sides does excel. And I thought, not only in this series, Vishal, in the last few months, okay, the fielding levels has definitely gone upwards. With some good energy, attitude, and people wanting, or the players want the ball to come to them, anticipating it.
Just look at the crowd. It's magnificent. Again, not short. Played a lot of the back to lots of horizontal shots at the moment. But Van der Sar wouldn't mind it because he's only conceding singles at this stage. Into the 10th over, he's conceded 4 singles. 4 singles or 4 balls will be considered very good in T20 cricket. Making sure that you're not conceding boundaries. Van der Sar needs to finish well. 2 balls to go in the over. Goes for the slog sweep. And has it gone all the way? I think it has. It's the first boundary, it's a maximum after 27 deliveries.
A long part of the field is leg side to the left-hander. That cleared it clearly. Goodly attempted by Jeffrey Van der Sar. The line was leg stumpish. Almost becomes a free hit here. LBW goes out of the window. That's a good hit. 66 meter.
Made the difference by bowling leg stump. Van der Sar looked to bowl that off stump line. Played with soft hands, wanted a single, finishes with a dot. But still 10 runs for Bangladesh. So at the halfway stage, 79 for 3. Six bowlers used so far by the Sri Lanka captain, so the options are good. Rasun Shanaka it is. Just bowled 1 over for 2 runs. He just came and stemmed the flow with those change-ups, the dots he bowled at a time when Bangladesh looked to be cruising in those power plays. 3 wickets lost close to each other for Bangladesh. 12-run partnership. Ridoy on strike. And that one keeping low. That stayed down. Dasun Shanaka is excited. I don't think he touched anything. Kusal Mendis is not sure. But a precious dot for Sri Lanka.
Playing as a batting all-round his side, Dasun Shanaka. Certainly has started well. Ball was back of the lens. Yes, slightly kept lower. But I don't think the line was there to play the cut shot for Ridoy. Looking at the body language of Kusal Mendis, was the greatest when it comes to supporting the bowler, going for a big appeal.
Again, well bowled, back-to-back dots.
A poor choice of strokes. 2 balls by Ridoy. Too close, too full to play the cut shot. Probably would have been a better choice trying to play extra cover. Giving himself room, showing the all three stumps, trying to open up the offside. Don't think the right option by Kavit. Unless it's really short, it's a good shot to play. But if it's full, why not go extra cover, home it off, both in the circle.
Short delivery. 2 is the call. He'll come back for 2. This is good thinking. Really good thinking by Shanaka. That time banging it short. Started off well. Bowled an excellent first over.
A ball well within himself, stumps to stump, chain of pace, and even the second delivery. Well as the third slow ball. There's Nitin Kumar just hitting the back of the length. Excellent start, making a comeback never easy for a player, though how long or how much cricket you have played. Playing international cricket after a while, trying to make a statement, that's exactly how we start. Trying to smoke it through the offside, probably Kudoy. In this over is trying to cream it through the offside too hard rather than trying to time it.
Turning out to be a brilliant over. Take a look at this. Yeah, he's really trying to hit it hard. He's trying to hit the leather of the cover, but what happens there is that he couldn't time it. Hits it hard. Hits it on to the wood. So, just to correct myself, cover off the leather. That's the right thing. But in the excitement, with the batter looking to hit the ball so hard, really looking to smash it.
Continuing his good work, Dasul. So 3 runs. Can he finish it off? First over, couple of runs. These 3 runs. All about starting and finishing off in T20 cricket. For people in expecting them to get some seeds, which will probably struggle. Grass banks are full. The B upper, the A upper, as well as the grandstand quite full. Allah Kelly usually does not disappoint, neither this time as well.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
The buildings have started to look a little bit smaller. They started off well in the power plays, lost a wicket. Sri Lanka managing to pull it back. As I said, 82 for 3. Fridoy 6 of 8, 9, 10 of 8. Pinura Fernando has a short third and a short fine. Squalik comes into the circle. He got a mid-wicket out on the boundary, long on, long off. And 2 others square on the wicket on the boundary. So Pinura would look to bowl on the off stump, nothing on the leg side, and he's got to be tight with his length. Ridoy on strike. And pace off. Loves the single. And just a quick reminder that there is a zero plastic community. A quick shout to them. The Open University of Sri Lanka has partnered with Sri Lanka Cricket during the Bangladesh tour of 2025. I can tell you that these passionate volunteers have taken the initiative to clean the stadium all stadiums after the matches, helping keep our venues clean and green. So that's a great gesture. So we kindly remind everyone, all the fans, to dispose of waste responsibly and to minimize the use of plastic. Well, let's not forget to do our part to ensure no plastic ends up in our environment. Together, we can protect the game and the planet, of course.
Well done. Rashad getting in everything in time. Very well done. Missed out. 9 shake. Yet let the ball come a bit more. The fine leg in the circle, trying to play behind square would have been a better choice. Pinura Fernando, this is what he does. In the middle overs, pace off into the pitch. as far as Bangladesh batters are concerned, it won't be a bad choice to bat deep in the crease, sit behind, gain that bit of advantage of getting the pace and the bounce.
Ravindra's strength, of course, is into the pitch, space off, back of the length. And that's what he does expertly well. He also mixes it up. Tall lad. This time fuller. But just a single down to long on. He's conceded 3 singles of the first 3 deliveries.
The length for Binder Fernando. That's his natural length. Back of the length. Slow ball or seam up deliveries. That's what he's with his height. He likes to hit the back of the length and try and get that extra bounce. To get to 175, 180 for Shan, which we feel is a pass score. Even 170, looking at how the pitch is slowing down a bit. I think Tawid Ridor has been the most consistent batter in the last couple of years. T20 cricket has to be the one, has to be aggressive, as well as tying back for a longer period. Naeem Sheikh, he opens the batting most of the time, batting at number 4. It'll be a game change of plans. But this is where I feel Sri Lankan bowlers, if they are smart enough, can squeeze me even more. Probably dot deliveries, not concede the boundaries.
So far 4 runs on the first 4 balls. Just take a look at this magnificent crowd. It's virtually chock-a-block. It's more than comfortably full, I'll tell you. It's uncomfortably full. Such a big crowd in. Pace off from Fernando, who bowls that length quite well. Does very well when he takes the pace off and tends to bowl into the pitch.
Bowl into his full certainly. 3 fielders outside the circle. Third man, very wide third man or deep extra cover long off. The right-handed line has to be the same. The left-hander, Naeem Sheikh, it will be a longer hit towards the scoreboard. Hence, I think it's important to bring Fernando bowls wicket to wicket. Probably start at mid-land leg rather than going off stump and try and turn it back into the stumps.
Last ball of the over. Now, that's very well bowled. That's cleverly bowled. What was the batter thinking? Was he thinking it was over the shoulder? I don't think the umpire thinks that way. So Binder Fernando finishes with a dot, a precious dot. 87 for 3.
Bangladesh trying to regroup after the loss of 3 wickets. They started off with a bang, that's for sure. In the first power play, 54 for 1, and in the next 6 overs, 33 for 2. Tells your story. And that is the control that the Sri Lankans can take credit for with some excellent bowling.
Yeah, once the field was spread, the bowlers, especially Dasun Shanaka, the 2 spinners, they've been bowling it into the pitch. And the pace has gotten, or the pace not there to play our shots freely. Beautiful night here, the holiday, the full moon Poya day. Massive crowd in as well. Most runs for Bangladesh in the last 2 years in T20 internationals. That's Tawid Roy. 706. Little Darcy's failed today. But I think Dr. Ali, he needs to come in as soon as possible because he's had a feel for the wicket, spent time out there, Shamim.
Well, they're slapped away, but you can see that the 2 Bangladeshi batters really are controlled by some good bowling. Look at that, died on him.
Dr. Ali not playing today. There you go, so something that you can do that works on this pitch. The change of pace. Now, we saw those averages and the strike rates, but right throughout, it's been Bangladesh's big problem. the runs and run a strike rate. Ball smartly taken by Kusal Mendes.
Yeah, trying to get a move on. It's just playing inside the line, trying to cut that ball. Was too close to cut actually, and not in control. He's just getting bogged down. He's just trying to manufacture a shot, and in the process, that line, all he could do, not even moving his foot forward. His left leg was away, balances the other way, and he got a thick outside edge. Easy for Kusal Mendes to take it, and another one goes to Bangladesh. It's an important wicket of Tawhid for 10.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
Mediasan Mirage comes in when Bangladesh cannot just hang about. 117 is strike rate, 27th innings, 26th innings, lot to work. Well, he's enjoying it.
Well, he's been following the cricket right along. There at the test matches in Colombo. He's changed colours as well. Well, we're mentioning the problem that Bangladeshi batters have. The strike rate along with the runs, they've got to work together. That's not happening. Mirage off the mark straight away. Now, batters scoring 300 plus runs and maintaining a strike rate of 140 plus. Bangladesh have none the last 2 years. Now Ridoy's been trying to play that shot on quite a few occasions, been missing it. Finally he gets a nick through.
He's getting frustrated. He's trying to hit the ball too hard instead of really trying to manufacture the shots. There's understandable joy in this massive crowd. Playing it like a tennis shot, a volley. Goes through for the second run.
They've got to try and do something here, because 187 is the winning score here in Pallekele in T20 internationals. 169 is the average first inning score. Now to get there, there's no pace. It's hard to play our shots, so this is what they need to do, hit those gaps and try and run the opposition ragged. Got to make a move. They can't leave it too late.
And the bowling has been tremendous. They've read this pitch so very well. 1 for 11 and 3 overs from Chanaka. Marvelous bowling. 93 for 4. Hopes raised early in the innings, and then Bangladesh really not doing the right things, not asserting their authority at all.
Sri Lanka is in a position where he just leaves the ball in the middle of the pitch, and anyone who's picking it up is bowling brilliantly. There we go, and their wickets continue to fall. Nanshaik, I reckon he better keep walking.
Yeah, I think there was often, he's talking to his partner, but that's him pretty much in front. And he's gone for it. Well, let's wait and see.
To the umpire, the director, we have a player release for ABW. Once the decision is out, check the field, it's a fair delivery. We start with front of spin vision. First position coming up. Okay, as it goes to the back, please give me Alfred to confirm the baby back in there. Ravi ready for outside. Outside coming up. They roll it. They're rolling it. They pass it. Gloves in the air. Yes, confirm it's a flat line. No batting ball. Ball tracking management. Original addition is out. Pitching outside legs down. Immediately on Sri Lanka plays. Ravi, recommend that you change the original distance from out to not out. I'll let you know when you're on screen. You're on screen now. You can make a signal.
Well, what about that?
No one expected that. Not even Naim Shaikh.
Yes, at the last moment he decided to take that review and it's paid off. And he's got to take advantage of that. He's got a live, almost live, pitching outside leg.
Tommy, I got to take back my comment. I told him to keep walking.
God, we're still with the ball tracking. Have the surprises. Now he's becoming a little more proactive in his shot making. You can't die wandering. You've got to make a move.
You know, what I was disappointed in was with the last delivery, they did not look for the second. Put your head down. Maybe the outfielder might feel the pressure. A knock-on gives you that opportunity. If the shots are not working for you, that's a way of trying to build that intensity.
The shots are definitely not working for Bangladesh. Since the power play, 44 balls and one hit to the fence. That tells you the firm grip the bowlers have. And it continues.
Maybe Hassan Miraj caught on the back foot quite a few times. Just needs to open up that front hip so he can play it to any other direction. But Tawhid Ridoy, he was crucial to Bangladesh's cause. Dasun Shanaka against Ridoy. That line, that length, he tries to play it. Just not getting it. Finally nicks one through the frustration building.
Well, the frustration is building for the two in the middle now. He goes, he's going to try and get a move on, but just getting the middle of the bat seems to be such a difficult task at the moment for the Bangladeshi batters.
I think the pressure is building and there's no clarity in what they're doing. Referee Van der Sar is bowling beautifully, but they need to try and pick what's coming from the hand. That was a full toss. And they get just the 5 singles in that over, 97 for 4.
And you can see in that list, the team, none of the batters have a strike rate of 140 or plus.
In fact, only one above 133. And that's Professor Senimon, who's played the least number of matches there.
Call for the second run. Oh, misunderstanding once again. This is not on.
I thought that was 2. The throw was not on. You've got to try and make those mistakes or push for mistakes from the outfielders. Dasun Shanaka, how brilliant has he been? His slow balls, his line and length, so incredible. Even when Bangladesh started off strongly, it was Shanaka's introduction that actually changed the direction of this innings.
103rd match, I understand, from Azim. Only the 5th time that he's bowling his full quarter of 4 overs. Surprised?
I always felt he was a reluctant bowler. As captain of Sri Lanka, when he captain, he rarely bowled himself.
Now, just dropping short. Well, he's at least shown some effort to get a move on.
138 at this rate, I don't think it's going to be enough. 8 and over, 144. No, they got to get to those 10s and 11s now. With 5 overs remaining after this. If Dasun Shanaka bowls more, I think that adds a lot of value and balance to the Sri Lankan bowling attack. More options.
Well, he's trying to improvise, trying to innovate. And that's not a bad ploy. As I mentioned earlier, just cannot stick around there, wait for the singles and the twos. You've got to go hit some to the boundary.
Sri Lanka also felt that there could be a bit of dew. It was a lot more humid today, Shamim. That was also a factor in them wanting to chase this evening.
And what a good decision it's turned out to be. That's for sure. But all credit to the manner in which the bowlers have adjusted to the requirements, particularly of the wicket. Read it very well. Short again. Now that has at last gone for 4. That will bring a lot of relief. The 100 comes up for Bangladesh.
First boundary after 28 balls, so that's about 5 overs. Now, out of the window is that 187, 180s, which you would have felt comfortable with. Now you've got to make sure you get something on the board to give your bowlers a chance. Because until both teams back, we don't know exactly how the pitch is playing. And you never know. A couple of early wickets, you're in. You've got to stay competitive, and I think that's numbers around 160 at the moment. Maybe 11, 12 and over from here.
Well, I think 150 will be a reasonably good score, and they're on the way, another boundary. So there may be the floodgates opening up for Bangladesh with back-to-back boundaries. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. 10 from now on will get them to 160 mark.
Yeah, good hit, good hit. Pace on offer for a change from Dasun Shanaka, and Mehdi Hassan Miraj gets all of it. Now at least the thought process will change even from the bowlers. Asalanka. Probably alright. That's what you needed, an edge to go for 4, maybe another edge to give you the edge.
Well, push and run. Safely done, the single. At last a big over for Bangladesh. 11 from that over. 108 for 4. It was after that initial momentum created in the power play, when Bangladesh started getting bogged down and really pressurized into not allowing the batters to go for the big shots through some clinical bowling. And what they've not done is just use the field, use the angles in the field to get 1s and 2s when there are no 4s around.
Real champ, Jeffrey Van Der Sar. I say that because he doesn't play regularly. He's got to bide his time and wait because of Wani Hasaranga. But each time he's been given that opportunity, he stands up and he bowls deep. Amongst the wickets, he can be trusted. I think that's a wonderful quality to have, the resilience that he always shows.
Yeah, and a trait to have definitely, and also for the captain, to have a player who doesn't play regularly, doesn't get the opportunities to produce the goods he has done. 1 for 20, his 4th over. Mehdi Hassan Miraj trying his best to use that onside, has not been able to penetrate the gaps.
And if you've noticed, none of the batters have been able to hit down the ground. No one's been able to use their feet to Jeffrey Van Der Sar. That's because they're not picking it. They're not sure. So hence rooted to the crease and trying to sweep or slog sweep.
Problem they had with Waninda Hasaranga, and the replacement is equally good. Down the wicket, gets an edge. That's a drop. Bangladesh will take it. Very fortunate for a 9 shake there.
As I said, he comes down the wicket to have a go, but he didn't pick the wrong end. Too much of a deflection for Kusal Mendis, I'd say. He's done well to stop this running away to the boundary.
Yeah, he made up his mind that he was going to take him on. And in the process, the bowler bowling that beautifully. Oh, this is marvelous bowling from this young man.
The 5th and 6th bowlers for Sri Lanka. Chanaka, 1 for 22 in his 4. Vandase has got 2 deliveries or 1 delivery in his spell. 1 for 22. They are the bowlers you always need to look to take on. Finally a boundary. Ends the 16th with Bangladesh on 116 for 4.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইং 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
And this is the 16th over. Bangladesh has fallen back a little bit, going at little over 7 runs and over. We're down to the last 4 overs. Viraj 20 of 14, 19 of 19. Just going at a runner ball, which is not good at this stage. Viraj striking at 140 plus, which is... This is Mahesh Deekshana. Good evening, Amir.
Good evening, Roshan. Good evening to everybody. It hasn't been a good evening for Bangladesh. They started off very promisingly, but they've been pegged down due to some good bowling and fielding. And they have to make these 4 overs count. They need to be around 160 to be able to challenge the batting lineup of Sri Lanka. Direct hit, and looks like the batsman is safely home. But it's been referred.
Yeah, they generally don't take chances, do they, the umpires?
The umpire, the director, they have a referral for a run out. Can you give me the best side on it, please? Yeah, you guys clearly made it ground, so the wickets are broken. I have additions on the giant screen.
Not out, that's an easy decision. So at the moment, Sri Lanka won't be complaining. They just conceded 4 runs of the first 3 deliveries. It's about hitting boundaries from now on for Bangladesh.
At least 2 in every over from here on. Otherwise, it's going to be mighty difficult for the bowlers to contain Sri Lankan batsmen. They'll still have a chance to go to 160, provided Naeem start to express himself. He's been holding back. And like you suggested, runner ball is not going to hurt Sri Lanka at all.
Yeah, Sri Lankan bowling has been very good. Look at Chanaka, 4 overs, 22. Vandase, 25 runs in 4 overs. Bowled extremely well. They've done their bit. This is clever bowling. Really good bowling. A dot at this stage is gold dust.
And he was coiling to hit the ball towards mid-wicket. Realized it's fuller in length. It'll be dangerous to carry on with that stroke and with that thinking.
Last ball of the over. Only a single. They want 2, but I think it's only a single, and they'll be happy with a single. And a brilliant 17th over by Mahesh Deekshana, 122 for 4. But this is not the ideal. If you're looking at the graphs, if you're looking at a man, by this stage you would want bigger buildings. The biggest have come in the power plays, but after that it's been managed by the Sri Lankan bowling. Very good crowd, isn't it? Magnificent crowd. T20 is so popular, and you play it in Malekare. We had a 50-over game, one international. It was a good crowd, but if that was good, this is brilliant. Hardly a seat available. In fact, I've been told the next two games too are sold out. Tushar it is, 1 for 15 of 2. Again starts off well. Only a single. Sri Lanka won't mind this at all. They'll be happy to concede singles.
Well, at times, premeditation from a batsman works in the favour of a bowler. If it's done slightly earlier, realize that the batsman is looking for a ball which is delivered within the stumps. He followed the batsman. Presence of mind shown by Tushara. Important over this. Go Bangladesh.
Yeah, he tends to change his pace. That first delivery was 124. Now that is a gift. That's poor bowling. Short fine leg in the circle. You don't bowl at that pace. Pace of gentle full toss. Even he can't believe it. That's 4.
A better option for a left-hander. Sort of slingy action. The ball is going to be directed towards stumps, and from there you can improvise like that. And did it effectively, and that was a boundary they were looking for desperately, to bring some sort of a pressure on the bowler. Every moment is being cheered by this capacity crowd, making a lot of noise. Decibels are very high.
Fine leg on the boundary now. Oh, well bowled, very well bowled. Great follow-up delivery. Tipping Yorker. Completely deceived the batter, and much quicker as well.
Oh, looked very close, this one. But must have missed outside the leg stump. But a good delivery. Right in the block hold.
I think this is what the slinger could do. He could pick that delivery. It was dipping on the left-hander and very nearly yorked himself. I'll have to be called a wide, I think. No, it won't, because the batter had moved. So that's the reason why. Maybe Hassan Miraj is not happy, but just look at it. Yes, he's moving. So the tram line also has moved with the batter. Pace off. He's got to wait for eternity, and the ball never arrives.
Well, he's been trying desperately to improvise. He's moving a lot in the crease and hasn't worked for him. Why not stay still and decide at the last moment how to find a boundary?
Again, brilliant bowling. This is really good dead bowling for Nuan Tushara. He conceded a boundary, but he's come back so very strongly. He's just conceded 7 runs so far. Just look at that release and look at where he's looking to bowl. Full and wide, completely deceiving the right-hander.
That's what you expect from him. He's regarded as a T20 specialist. Bowls with a lot of control. And there are plenty of slingers produced by Sri Lankans. And it's
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইং 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
130 for 4. Dixon. And he's got 1 over left. See the versatility about Dixon, we talk about it. Is Amir that he bowls in the power plays and he also comes on at the depth. So this is very good because if you're able to bowl through the 3 phases of the game, whether you bowl in the middle or the power play or the end, tells you the value the bowler brings into the team.
You know, when you're bowling in T20 format, it's cutthroat for the bowlers. And as a bowler, you cannot afford to be predictable. And Tikshina is nowhere close to that. He's so unpredictable. He's got so much guile and varieties that he keeps on surprising batters with different deliveries. But here was a gift to the batter. A low full toss outside the off stump. And finally, Matthias and Mirage managed to score a boundary.
Well, they need a few of these. Mirage appears to be in a much better position than Naeem. Naeem is struggling, but Mirage is striking the ball well. Missed a few, but found the middle of the bat most of the time. That was almost 112 Ks for my speech, and pushing it through quickly. Again, this time slices it. Should be taken. Charita Salaka catches it. Miraj goes in the 19th over. Bangladesh lose their 5th wicket.
As a batter, you can't afford to take risks against Tikshana. Yes, he offered a full toss, but you can't be greedy against him as a batsman. He was looking for another one, offered an easy catch, which was nicely held. And that was wicket number 2 for Tikshana, and Miraj goes for 29. It's 135 for 5.
.135 for 5. Shamin Patwari is the new batter, coming in at number 7. He's left with 9 legal deliveries. Oh, well bowled again, completely deceived him. Need to take another look at that. He was done off the pitch. This is brilliant bowling, but first take a look at the wicket. As you said, Amir, look to slice it. And a very good catch by the captain.
Yeah, although he pulled the weight back to be able to hit the ball aerial over extra. But the ball was too full, and there was not a lot of pace behind that one. Top dismissal.
At the moment, the options for the Bangladesh batters have been just singles. Yes, there was a boundary of the second ball, but Dixon has pulled it back with a wicket. And then 2 singles, he's conceded just 7.
বাংলাদেশী ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
Bangladesh down to the last 6 balls are 143 for 5. Right, we're down to the last over. 143 for 5. 7.5 runs is the rate of scoring. But take a look at this shot.
Showing us why he's been rated as a T20 specialist. Shamin Patwari. This man has struggled. The singles aren't going to hurt. It has to be the biggest over of the innings if the Bangladeshis are to finish off strongly. That was an amazing stroke. Reverse sweep and went all the way. The reason why he got the elevation, the back face was open, and that's why it went all the way.
Brilliant shot. Wonderful execution. Well bowled. Only a single. This is clever bowling. Really good bowling. You could see that Naeem is batting outside the crease. And what Nuwan Tushara is doing is he's going full onto that leg stump and cramping the batter. We do know that Nuwan Tushara comes with a lot of huge reputation. These are the numbers of Shamim Hussain. His strike rate close to 125. Early days, 124 in fact. Average just under 20. But on Nuwan Tushara, he's now plays in the big leagues and bowls in different situations, bowls at the dead. Well bowled. Completely outsmarted him. I think he preempted it. Bowled slower, shorter into the pitch.
Well, it worked against Chana, not necessarily. It was going to work against the slinger. No pace offered by the bowler on that occasion.
I mean, that's brilliant bowling, but I'm just wondering what's going on. The batters seem to be having a word with umpire Ravindra Vimalasiri.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
His shot in height, and then he went very low to be able to hit the ball aerial and behind the stumps. Well, that was the conjecture out there in the middle. It was fake fielding, and he said he should be penalized. Seems like the umpire didn't see it.
Well, he didn't have the ball in his hand, but this is that follow-up. Tell you what, Shamim has hit 2 sixers, and at a very important time for Bangladesh. They needed a little bit of a move on. That's full. 2 is the call. They should only get 1. In fact, he slipped. But anyway, there was never a 2. Had he gone for the 2, Shamim would have been well short of the crease.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
Last ball. And he plays it almost off the off stump. He wants to. And they will not have to. Because Nuwan Tushara has bowled another very good delivery. Bangladesh gets 11 of the last over.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
On a pitch like this, to be able to control things, credit has to go to the bowlers. Now there are innings played by the batters.